real talk. Ever been in a conversation, your mouth opens, and what comes out sounds less like human language and more like a confused Roomba bumping into a wall? You want to connect, you want to say the cool, witty thing, but your brain just serves up static. If you're tired of feeling like you need an advanced degree in mind reading just to figure out what to say next, then you're about to get your mind blown. Welcome back to the lab, my friends. This is Teen Talk, real talk, no BS. And you've hit part 2 of our epic series, The Art of Not Being a Wallflower. Last time we dragged our social anxieties out into the light and learned our brains are drama queens with that whole spotlight effect. Today, we're cracking the code. We're talking actual usable conversation hacks, busting myths that hold you back, and basically giving you the keys to the social kingdom, or at least the keys to not hiding behind the snack table all night. Let's get it. First up, let's bust some more myths about introverts, because honestly, the misunderstandings are legendary. Myth number 1, introverts are just shy. Nope. Shyness is rooted in fear of social judgment, while introversion is about where you get your energy. You can be a totally confident introvert who just needs solo time to recharge after peopling. Myth number 2, introverts hate people. Again, big nope. We don't hate people. We often prefer deeper one-on-one connections rather than shouting over a crowd of 50. Superficial chit-chat can feel like running a marathon in concrete shoes. Myth number 3, introverts are boring or stuck up. Honey, we're not boring. We're just busy observing, thinking, and probably crafting an elaborate internal narrative about everyone in the room. Those are actual superpowers, being a keen observer, a deep thinker, a good listener, when we're not panicking, that is. The goal here, remember, isn't to magically transform into a social butterfly who thrives on chaos and glitter. Nah, the goal is to learn how to navigate this extrovert-centric world on your own terms, armed with your unique strengths, so it doesn't feel like you're constantly trying to decode an alien language. Okay, so you're in the situation. Someone's approaching, or worse, you're supposed to approach them. The internal screaming has subsided to a dull roar. What do you actually say? This is where most of us short-circuit. But fear not. Let's talk conversation starters that don't suck the life out of the room. Please, for the love of all that is holy, try to avoid the soul-crushing. So weather, huh? Unless there's a literal tornado actively ripping through the building. Instead, try making an observation about your shared situation. It's low pressure and immediately relatable. Like, this punch is suspiciously vibrant. Any guesses on the secret ingredient? Or that DJ looks suspiciously like my math teacher in a wig. Or is it just me? Keep it light, maybe a little bit weird if that's your flavor. And here's the golden rule, the holy grail, the secret sauce. Ask open-ended questions. These are questions that can't just be answered with a yes, no, or a grunt. Think questions that start with how, why, what if, or tell me more about. Instead of, did you like the movie, which gets you a yeah, try, what was your favorite part of that movie, and why did it totally mess with your head? See the difference? One is a conversational cul-de-sac, the other is an open highway to actual interaction. Closed-ended questions are where potentially interesting chats go to die a slow, painful, awkward silence-filled death, where the loudest sound is your own internal monologue screaming, say something, anything. Now, just as important as knowing what to say is knowing what not to say. Let's dive into the murky waters of conversation killers. These are the verbal equivalents of a social hand grenade. Big no-nos include, first up, being a negative Nancy or Norman about everything. Complaining is easy, but it's also a massive downer. Next, there's interrupting constantly to bring the topic back to yourself. We get it, your story about that one time at band camp is epic, but let Brenda finish her dramatic tale about her poodle's existential crisis first. On top of that, you have giving unsolicited advice like you're suddenly the Dalai Lama of their problems. Unless someone explicitly asks, what do you think I should do? Keep your brilliant solutions to yourself. And finally, a huge one, judging someone's taste in music, movies, hobbies, or their brave choice to wear pineapple print shorts. Don't be that person who makes someone feel small for liking what they like. The goal is to make the other person feel heard and validated, not like they're being interviewed for a job they didn't apply for, or worse, on trial for their personality. If they sense you're just waiting for your turn to speak, or to subtly or not so subtly critique them, they'll clam up faster than a clam. Okay, so you've successfully launched a conversation, or someone has bravely launched one with you, and you haven't accidentally insulted their ancestors. Pat yourself on the back. Now what? It's time for the subtle art of active listening. And no, this doesn't mean you have to stare unblinkingly into their soul like you're trying to read their PIN number with your mind. It's much simpler and way less creepy. Nod along. It shows engagement. Make those little affirming noises like, yeah, oh wow, totally. These are like verbal equivalents of a thumbs up. And here's a pro tip. Try to briefly summarize or paraphrase what they said in your own words. Something like, so what you're saying is, you believe cats are secretly plotting world domination and you have evidence? Fascinating. This not only shows you're actually paying attention and not just mentally replaying TikToks, but it also helps you clarify what they mean and keeps the conversation flowing. People genuinely appreciate feeling understood. It's like a warm hug for their words. All right, team, your conversational toolkit just got a serious upgrade. We've busted myths, learned how to actually start talking, how not to kill the vibe, and even how to listen like a pro. You're practically a social ninja in training now. But what happens when your own brain tries to sabotage you with those nasty, anxious thoughts? And what about the ultimate skill? The art of bailing when you just can't anymore. That, my friends, is what we're tackling in our grand finale, Part 3. We're going deep into brain magic. Yes, you heard that right, and I'll teach you the ancient, sacred art of the graceful exit. You won't want to miss it. If these hacks just blew your mind a little, go ahead and smash that like button. Make sure you're subscribed because Part 3 is where we put it all together. And share this episode with anyone who thinks small talk is a form of medieval torture. They need this. Down in the comments, let me know. What's the best open-ended question you've ever been asked or asked someone else? Let's build a database of awesomeness. Until then, practice those skills. You got this. Peace out.